Hey guys! Stop the noise, okay? 10 minutes, we're filming here. Hello everybody, we're at our next site. Now I will tell you how we carry out the process of installation of aluminum structures. At the moment, the glass units are being installed. There is still a lot of work ahead, but the main work is done. So, look, here's our site. It is located in the woods and surrounded by pine trees. The most difficult non-standard task here is to install large glass units weighing 500 kilograms. The entrance is only on one side. How did we solve this problem? Our partners, the Artyom company, which provides special vehicles, came to our aid. I will leave a link to their website in the description. Be sure to get in touch. So a specialist came from our lift, we worked through the mechanization together and made a decision. We have a big crane installed downstairs. It's heavy, the boom is bigger. And we have a smaller crane on top, on the roof of the second floor. The big crane lifted the small one. The glass units arrived in crates. The glass units were made for us by RSK. There is about 15 tons of glass and 300 square meters of glazing. So how is it done? We break the box, take out the glass unit with a vacuum suction cup and lift it to the top of the second floor. Then we hook it on the small crane and use a small crane to hang it down. We lower it to the opening and install it. Because there, between the opening and the pine tree, is a very small distance. There are a lot of trees. No machinery will pass. So this is the only solution. And we also ran into a problem. Here on the roof of the second floor we have a strong monolith. There are beams, but there on the roof of the second floor it's like the third floor. Anyway, there the monolith could not withstand the weight of the mini crane and the glass unit, about 2 tons. It had to be reinforced. We had to make metal struts. A strut between the basement monolithic slab and the second floor slab, and between the second floor and the roof above the second floor also a strut. Now we're installing all these struts, and then this big crane will lift the small crane there and will glaze that far facade. Like I said, it's a complicated project in terms of mechanization. I will now give you some details. There will be mullion transom structures, Alutech profile system. The cost of glazing is about 10 million. There are Alutech sliding systems. There is a Schuco slider. The sliders are not yet standing, only mullion transom frames, and we're installing the glass units now. I'll make a separate video about the sliders later. Here we have an Alutech mullion transom system. The height of the glass unit is 3.5 meters. On top the glass unit is about a meter. The total height of the window is 4 meters on the first floor, and they are wall to wall. There are no parts of the facade. The first floor is practically all glass around the perimeter. It's very cool. There's even going to be structural corners. All these curves, they're all going to be structural. There's 2 panes of glass coming together like this. We'll make a video later when it's finished. In technical terms, this is a mullion transom system. The mullion is the vertical element and the transom is the horizontal element. When the weight of the glass unit is large, it is important that the lower transom is reinforced so that it doesn't bend. So a stiffener is installed in it, inside the transom. And this stiffener is connected to another element. And this element is bolted to the post. And then all this is fastened with stainless steel screws. So customers, pay attention. When you have large glass units, you have to realize that you're going to have stainless screws like this on the inside. They don't look that bad. A technical moment, that's going to be anyway. On the structural corner, there is no vertical post. Here the transoms are connected to each other on a special connector, and there are also stainless screws like these. Also notice this big aluminum thing right here. It's called a cross support for the glass unit. This is what it looks like. So it's an aluminum plate, horizontal and vertical, fastened together with self-tapping screws. Then it is installed like this on the mullion and on the transom, screwed with self-tapping screws into the mullion and with self-tapping screws here, 4 holes here, 4 here, screwed to the transom. This cross-shaped support is necessary when you have a heavy glass unit, because the standard supports are small and they can withstand about 180 kilograms, while these supports can withstand up to 700 kilograms. So it is important that they are selected correctly to ensure that the glass unit structure does not bend, crack, or burst, so that it stands rigidly as needed. And then such plastic straightening pads are installed on this cross-shaped support and the glass unit is installed. Here you can see a few glass units are standing. We will install a glass unit here as well. So we approached from the side of the facade where we have trees next to us. There is this huge glass unit weighing 500 kilograms. Look, here everything will be insulated from below, of course. Everything will be insulated between the monolith and the transom, and it is extremely important to make high-quality waterproofing here. So in the mullions here, according to the technical solutions of Alutech, as in any mullion transom system, there is such a slot, and there's an aluminum angle screwed on the bottom. The waterproofing is going to be continuous. It will be screwed to this aluminum corner. It's very important in this case to pass it through the mullion because we have cross supports. There's usually a water drip. Condensation can collect inside the mullion. Water may have gotten in somewhere from the street, and it's running down the mullion inside, in the groove, and it has to go somewhere. In standard cases, a water drip is put here, and it goes outside through the water drip and so on. When we have a cross support, there is no water drip, so the water will go down through the mullion, and it is extremely important to run the waterproofing through the mullion so that it goes like this, because all this moisture condensation will go through the mullion, get on the waterproofing, and go outside. And this waterproofing will then be soldered here, glued. From the inside, there will be a vapor barrier, so competent technical solutions and qualitatively mounted structures is extremely important. So contact our company and we will make you the same quality window structures. In many of my videos, I told about the solution we use to install sliding systems, studs in concrete and fiberglass tubes. Here we did almost the same thing, but we modified it a little. I don't know, for some reason that's what our designer decided. Here is such a metal plate, concrete, it comes out a little bit, about 100 millimeters. A welded channel bar, a bolt, a fiberglass tube like this will be installed on the bolt. There's one installed. And they are all leveled like this. Everything will be insulated. Vapor barrier, waterproofing, and a sliding system will be installed on these fiberglass tubes. They are very durable, and there is no cold bridge. They do not freeze, so this is a cool solution. We also often apply warm underlaying shapes. It's called compact foam. We will show you and tell you everything. There's more to come. We rented these struts, brought them to the site, wooden beams. All this was coordinated by the monolith designers with the construction manager of the customer, the number of these supports, and so on. A beam at the bottom and top, forks, and a metal strut like this. The guys are installing it on this floor to support the monolithic slab, and on the second floor, the same story. As I said earlier, in order for us to lift the mini crane to the roof of the second floor. Like I said, sometimes it's complicated. So, this is an opening near the staircase. There will be a cast monolithic staircase. So, 7 meters high. For the glazing of this opening, we need a mini crane on the roof of the second floor. These large openings are glazed from the outside. We will throw them over the roof and install them in this opening. Here I want to draw your attention to the huge number of metal washers. Look, I'll show you. Here they are, can you see them? There are 8 of them on each mullion. Why are they here? Because the height of the opening is 7 meters, even more than 7 meters, and the maximum length of the mullion at Alutech is 6.8, and so they are spliced together and the two elements are connected with a bunch of washers. If you don't want to have such washers, you need to order a special length of the profile. It is a little more expensive, in terms of time a little longer, but you can order such a mullion from the supplier without any connections. We have had sites where an 8-meter mullion is one piece without any connections. Of course, it is all calculated for wind load. There are stiffeners inside the mullions. Everything will be properly fixed here, qualitatively. Well, let's go upstairs. Here we are installing these struts on the second floor. We will lift the mini crane there. The glazing is not as panoramic as on the first floor, but there are also quite a lot of windows. There will be structural top-hung windows. I'll talk about them later. They're not yet installed. They've been fabricated and they're here at the site. They're structural, top-hung, and that's how they push out to the street. From the outside, it will not be clear that there is a sash. It will be like panoramic glazing, and there is actually an opening sash. I will also tell you about this solution. Here is the exit to the exploitable roof above the second floor, and here is our handsome mini crane, our lift company, our friends and dear partners. Here we lift the glass unit from below with a big crane. Then here we hook it up to a small crane and bring it down, and there we install it in the opening. See, there's a pine tree just a meter away from the opening. Nothing can get through here, so it's the only right solution. We've completed the on-site filming. We will come here again. When it will be fully glazed, all the works will be finished. There is still a lot of interesting things here. There will be decorative sun lamellas on the windows. We will compare Schuco and Alutech sliders. A lot of people wanted a video about it. So guys, stay tuned. There will be a lot of interesting content. Put likes, subscribe, write comments. We already have almost 1,500 subscribers. Our goal is 20,000 subscribers. So subscribe and let's go.